ध्यान रखिएगा। जयपुर वाया कोटा।
कृपया ध्यान आपो अहमदाबाद.
दिल्ली में आपका स्वागत.
Lucknow Junction.
ನಿಲ್ದಾಣದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೊರಟಿರುವರೆ
হায়দ্রাবাদ 50 এক্সপ্রেস পরবর্তী স্টেশন নেতাজি ভবন. कृपया ध्यान दियो.
Well, that is a big win for Delhi. 20 runs, that is a big margin in a T20 game. Of course, it was Delhi who batted first. Sanju Samson won the toss. Delhi batted first, got to 221. At that time, we felt the score is just par when you look at the surface, because they would have wanted to get a few more in the back end. But Rajasthan, they came out. It was Sanju Samson, the captain, who just held it together. He shepherded the chase. He did so well. And then a brilliant catch by Shea Hope gets Sanju Samson. And after that, the cat was amongst the pigeons. It was just one after the other that the wickets kept going. And Rajasthan fell 20 runs short. And well, they've fallen 2 points short as well of being on top of the table. That's what the incentive for them was, to get the 2 points and reclaim that top position. But the Knight Riders firmly stay there. And Delhi now are well and truly alive and join in that middle muddle of 12 points. So, yeah, it's been a very exciting day of cricket. Cricbuzz Live is what our show is called. I'm Gaurav. With me, Pommie and Lisa. Big win, Lisa, today. Big win for Delhi.
A huge win when you look at the context of where they are, how many matches they've played, how poor they started as well. And now they've had this little kind of run. They had a week off. Everyone kind of skedaddled everywhere. And to be able to come back, be switched on and play against Rajasthan, who have been the standout team of this year, and to beat them so handsomely. The first real defeat I think Rajasthan have felt this tournament.
Yeah, you're right, because we've been talking about how in 10 games they've not had a really bad day. Now, you look at 20 runs as the margin, without any context, you say, oh, that's not that bad a day. But in context to how they have gone in those 10 games, this is a bad day. It's a resounding defeat from what they have suffered before.
Yeah, look, it's an incredible defense of 221. Yeah. That's what you'd say in light of what conditions seem to be like, and also the way that went along, where you're watching as Samson's going along and you think there's absolutely no way that they can stop this chase because of what's after him, and it'll probably need to be just one batter and someone else to support, and they'll be away. But for the bowling, and today I think is not so much about the batting. We've known about it through the course of the tournament, but it's about the bowling, about a couple of spinners who did really well today. Ashwin, very experienced, and Kuldeep also, as he came back into this team, showed what he can do for them, and as he had been missing, and he's done it again tonight.
We want to talk about one thing, because everybody will be really excited about this, because it depends. Well, where you are in this argument or where you are on that boundary cushion depends on which fan club you're part of. If you're wearing pink, you think, no, Shea Hope had touched the boundary. If you're not wearing pink or whatever that colour is that Delhi wears, I'm not entirely sure. But if you're a Delhi fan, you go, hang on, that was completely out. That was a great catch. This is what our verdict is. Well, my verdict doesn't matter because the umpire gave it out, so it was a great catch. But if, Pommie, you were explaining light and shadows and magic and science to everyone in the green room, tell them.
Yeah, well, first thing I say is you see what you look for some of the time, right?
Nice, I like that.
So if you're looking for the cushion being touched, you might see the cushion being touched, right? But it doesn't mean that it actually happened. And if you're looking for it not being touched, that's the case. However, in this scenario, in my eyes, not to say they're very good, but there's a shadow as you watch as he gets closer to the cushion. And it's not the shadow from his foot, actually. I think it's the shadow from his hands as they're waving. Yeah. As they're waving for him to try and keep his balance so that he doesn't go onto the cushion. And he just manages to, and it's so close. I mean, it's so very close. But on such margins, a game's won and lost. He stays in, he wins the game. He is in such great form. He's hitting it so well. And that wasn't to be tonight.
Yeah, Sanju. He means if Sanju stays in, Hope also stays in. But Hope stays in, that means Sanju goes out. But if Hope
Stay with us.
Yeah. There's always hope.
There's hope. And today, that catch was the hope.
But what I will say, it was a game-changing moment because it felt like Sanju Samson was literally the one that was going to steer Rajasthan home. The question and the debate that will happen is, as viewers, we only got to see it one time, really, right? But this is what I love about us as fans, where they're going, I wish they'd hurry up third umpire and make a decision. That's the wrong decision. We need to see it again. It's like, hang on, you can't have both things, right? So
hurry it up and get to the decision I want.
Yeah.
And if it's not the decision I want, then go slow
then
and
do
get
it
to the
again.
decision I want.
Yeah, do it again.
exactly.
It's like how when you didn't like what the result was on a paper, you were like, recheck, please, recheck. Now recheck the recheck. Now reval the reval. Yeah, but it can't happen.
Which is what Sanju Samson, we wanted to go out. No, can we go upstairs now and can I double check?
And the third umpire saying, well,
You want to send it to me?
Again?
It's like the Elvis song, Return to Sender.
Yeah.
In the end, the big signboard and the third umpire said it was out, and that meant that the match swung in Delhi's favour. In a way, actually, not in a way. This is a big resounding, in bold evidence of how good Sanju Samson is and how well he is playing. When you look down that batting order and you see the runs he's got, you see the strike rate at which he's got those runs. There was complete dominance. You've got to agree, Lisa, while he was batting, the general emotion, doesn't matter what he's batting at, the general emotion was he stays in, Rajasthan wins.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Pommie was saying, how is Delhi winning this match? Maybe if they get him out. And that's exactly what happened. And when you look at the batting order for Rajasthan, the next best is Riyan Parag, right? 27 runs. So it just shows you that he was playing on a different pitch when you look at, like you mentioned, the amount of balls that he's faced compared to everyone else. He looks at ease now. He's very comfortable in his position. He's comfortable with the captaincy. Things are ticking along nicely for him.
Not just a different pitch, different planet almost, the way he was batting today. It's been a one-man show today. It really has been. It was Sanju Samson who was just carrying this Rajasthan team. And there was a few good hits, of course, from some of the others. But at 186, you score 86, 8 fours, 6 sixes. Some proper cricket shots there, Pommie.
Yeah, look, he's a brilliant player. And we've said this all the time, for how many seasons we've watched him, and we're disappointed many of the time because he's robbing us of seeing him smash it to all parts, and bat a long time, win games, always be out there batting because he makes it look so easy when he's going. And as Lisa was saying, sitting there and you're going, well, how are you going to win? If this guy's batting, you're not winning. You can't win because he's just too good. And they get him out, unfortunately, for Rajasthan. And so that's that. But yeah, wonderful player. In form at the right time. We speak about selection all the time with India and all the rest. I hope that they can find, and I'm not saying Shea Hope, by the way, and looking at the way that things are in the West Indies and all that. I hope that they can find a spot for him in that 11 because he is dangerous, he's in form, he gets on with it, and to any bowling attack, he is particularly dangerous.
Looks likely, Lisa, to you?
To get in the 11?
In the 11, yeah, for Sanju? No.
Unfortunately, no. I can't see who he's replacing at the moment.
Yeah, it's the position, right?
Yeah, it's the position because he bats in that in the number 3. He needs to bat 3. That's his position. So they want a wicket-keeper all-rounder, so to speak, at that number 5, which Rishabh does.
I'm just saying there's enough players we've seen before who've gone from 3 to 5. I know that in T20 cricket that can be a big difference, but we've seen enough players who've moved up and down the order, and the good ones can.
He may come in if there's an injury, if things don't necessarily work for Rishabh straight away at the beginning of the tournament. But then you also have to remember, especially with this T20 World Cup, is it's a bigger pool. You're playing against weaker sides, so you expect India to be the powerhouse, and the first few games should be, I think they've got Ireland maybe first, and then they've got Pakistan. I can't remember the order. But so they've got enough time to kind of get going. So that's the only way I can see him coming in.
Yeah, you know, when you have these conversations about players, I think it's so important to separate their skills. Yeah. So don't box them into a position per se. When we're talking about Sanju Samson, the batter, we're talking about Sanju Samson, the batter who bats at number 3. Or I should say number 3 or number 4, right? That's
in the first 10 overs, actually, really.
Yeah, I don't think you might open with him if you want, but he's given that up a long time ago, and he doesn't open. He bats at 3 or at 4. That's where he bats, and you've got to separate that and just have that as what you're looking at as a package, as a number 3 or 4. What does he bring you? And then when you're talking about keeper, he comes in if you want him to keep. But first, you've got to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 battles.
Agree.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I know when you say, I don't see how he plays because Pant bats at 5, or because everybody's pitted them against each other. And for me, they can play in the same 11.
They can. So it's Kohli or Sky.
Yeah, however you look at that. So you could say that, but
or if Kohli opens with Rohit, then no Yashasvi.
Yeah,
because that can happen, right? Like all of that can happen, and you're talking injury. Someone can get injured, and so if they are, and so essentially what I'm saying is you've got to ensure that you're not limiting yourself and you're allowing all possibilities, because you're looking at batters as batters, not with the skills they do as the other skill that they do.
Perfect. So maybe just choose your 6 most informed batters, or 5 most informed batters, and say, maybe one of you can't play in the position you really want to. 3 has to play as 4, maybe 4 has to play at 5, maybe 5 has to play at 3. I'm just saying that can you mix it up that way? Because they're good enough to do.
Do you experiment in a T20 World Cup?
In the most ideal scenario, in the most ideal scenario, you don't want people batting out of position.
Okay.
You want them to play in their positions, but not limit yourself to saying, he plays in this position, but he can't play because this guy's playing. But if this guy's in the better form, that's the guy you play. Ideally, what you want is to be picking your guys on who's in the best form. It's as simple as that. That's how it works. And that's how teams end up winning tournaments, because that's what they do. And it just so happens, for some teams, it just so happens that they turn up at a tournament and everyone's going, quite nicely, whether it's bowling form or batting form. I think 50 over World Cup, and there's Mohammad Shami bowling brilliantly and bowling everyone out, and he hasn't started the tournament. He comes in, you think, can we leave whoever out who's been bowling decently? But you have to, because every time this bloke plays, he gets 5 wickets. So you know what I mean? And that's just how it goes. So don't limit yourself.
Okay, I'm just saying, you don't want that job. Choosing the 11, huh?
Yeah, you don't want that job.
You really don't want that job, because it is a tough one. Well, sometimes you don't want the job of being a bowler at the Firozshah Kotla, because it is a small ground. You got big hitters. But then there are some bowlers who are in form and also going to the T20 World Cup, so that works out well. And one of them happens to be our Omnigel Spray Performer of the Day. He ensured there was no pain for fans. We're talking about Kuldeep Yadav. Bowled his 4 overs for just a run over a runner ball, picked up 2 wickets, had 10 dots. And he was fantastic today, Lisa, wasn't he? It's just where he's bowled those and how he's bowled those. It's been fantastic.
Yeah, we spoke about it in the combox, didn't we? About the speeds that he's able to vary. He goes, not only is the small margins, the slight variance, he can go straight up as well. And he's got such confidence and belief. And when you think about the fact, and I still remember the year he was playing for Kolkata, and there was
Not
tears.
playing.
Yeah, sorry, not playing, and there were tears. You know, I remember them showing and panning to him, and you're just thinking, this guy. He was an amazing cricketer. What's happened? Like, he just jittery, couldn't land it, and then goes to Delhi, and somehow they have unlocked the secrets, or given him the confidence to be able to perform well again on a pitch that most bowlers travel.
Yeah.
Again, he's just showing his class.
Yeah, impact.
So I look at this game and I think, okay, let's go back to innings one. And in innings one, you have an Avesh Khan who maybe he's not having his best day. And do you remember we were talking in the comm box, and I was saying, yeah, you might not have your best day, but if you're the guy to bowl at the back end, if that's your job, maybe you should bowl. And I'm not sure if I have it right, but they decide, Rajasthan, that they're going to bowl Chahal as the 18th over.
Yes.
And that goes for 18, I think. Instead of go back to Avesh, who normally does that job at the back end. So he bowls 2 and Chahal, in the quest for a wicket rather than in terms of defending, because you're not using Chahal as a defense, you're using him as attacking defense because you think you'll get someone out. And he disappears, which can happen. And then now compared to what happens in over 18, under the pump, they're chasing, and you have to get a wicket, and they're going to come at you as well. And they bring Kuldeep, and he does what? Gets a couple of wickets and goes for just 4 runs.
Yeah.
And the change for me with him is his ability to bowl it quicker, right? The ability to bowl it that much quicker and still get that bit of drop where guys can't get to him, and it's not just sliding along and people whacking out the ground. His control's absolutely fantastic, and he's grown in that what Chahal has, and Chahal does have, and on another day he probably pulls that off. What he has is this BMT where these big moments, he's happy to go up against whichever batter and try and take them down. And more often than not, as we saw him do for RCB all those years, and as he's done in Rajasthan colours, he will stand up in that sort of moment. And Kuldeep's doing that now, and it's brilliant to see.
And the variance in speed, there was one over where his variance in speed was 30 kilometers per hour. So when you get that from a spinner, that's when he just foxed Riyan Parag that time. So yeah, Kuldeep was absolutely fantastic today. And that's why he was our Omni Gel Spray Performer of the Day. He ensured there was no pain for fans. So yeah, that was it. It was Kuldeep, who basically, it's the 101. We spoke about that in the mid-game show as well. When you're chasing 221, you get one good over and suddenly the entire equation changes. And it did, which meant that, Rajasthan went into the last over, even though there were only 4 fielders on the fence, they went into it needing 30 odd. And that means it's the bowling team's game, basically, unless something magical happens from the batters, and it didn't. And that ensured a 20-run win. We'll show you the innings progression, and we can just match them up and see, where the difference comes. And the difference comes when Akshar and Kuldeep were bowling in tandem 7-10. When you look at that, Lisa, there's only 26 runs given there, and that's only 2 wickets gone. There was Sanju Samson batting that time with Riyan Parag, and they've still managed to put the brakes on.
Yeah, they did, and I guess maybe the difference there is that, they weren't able. Even after that period of time, I still felt like Rajasthan were going to win simply because of the calibre of players that they had out in the middle. But even that holding pattern just probably pushed that required run rate up to a position where maybe they had to flick the switch a little bit sooner than what they wanted to. So it's about sometimes, you talk about these big chases, how do you go about it? You break it down. Same type of thing from bowling. You try and go, okay, let's just win this first phase. Let's win the first 3 overs of the power play. Let's win the last over of the power play to help us go into the 7th, 8th, 9th, So you can, and because you can have the spinners coming on really quickly, all of a sudden they slide through their overs really quick. You look up and you go, hey, we forgot to put our foot on the accelerator. They've snuck in a few overs from us.
Yeah, it's a great bowling partnership for Delhi. We've been talking about spin bowling partnerships. And today, two of the best were up against two of the best. You had Chahal and Ashwin on one side. You had Kuldeep and Akshar on the other. We also talk about Sunil Narine and Varun Chakravarti being a great spin bowling partnership. So these spin twins, well, they're not twins, but the spin twins, one kind of bowling wrist and one bowling finger, but just the two of them, they've been great for Delhi, haven't they?
Yeah, in a season that's been a struggle, you're still able to sort of pull out bits that are quite nice, you know. It's like pulling raisins out of your rice, you know. I like raisins, by the way.
In your rice? You like raisins in your rice? Like berry pulao?
I like raisins anyway. It doesn't matter where the raisins, I'll have them. Yeah,
I just like a raisin.
Yeah.
That's what I like.
Still waiting.
Yeah, well, I think it's been fabulous how they've gone. I mean, Akshar was man alone before.
Yeah.
He missed him for a bit, didn't he?
Yeah.
And when he came back, he's kind of continued to go in the same sort of fashion. They really do have a sort of structure to a team that you'd sort of look at and think, oh, how is it they're languishing? You know, why are they clamoring to try and get there? And you could say that for many a team, right? Because most teams, if not all teams, actually have stars and you expect them to do well. But yeah, watching Kuldeep and Akshar operate, I'll throw in Asima and that in Khaleel, who through the season has been very good for them and continues to take wickets, continues to affect the game in some way. As a group, you just hope that they get it together. If they don't go so badly at the start, then
it could have been. I mean, they're not like they were languishing a few games ago, but when we look at the points table now, they're in that middle muddle. Yes, they've played one game extra, but they are in that middle muddle of 12 points. Look at that. 12 point there's 4 teams tied on that. Delhi's the only one who's played one extra game. But today, well, their net run rate, of course, you win by 20 runs, your net run rate will improve. But now what happens is that Hyderabad and Lucknow are playing each other, which means that one of them will remain at 12 points out of 12 games. So then they become the contender along with Delhi, going for that 4th spot. So it is becoming interesting going into, the last 10 days of the tournament.
I think the most important thing is you got to get the 2 points. You got to get the 12 next to your name. Yeah. And then you start to put pressure on the teams that are still to play. So now so Lucknow, Hyderabad, even Chennai to a certain degree are going, okay, let me see where I am. Oh, no, okay. We actually have to really win this. So there's more pressure, right?
Yeah.
You can't put any pressure if you're not in the mix.
Yep.
They now put themselves in the mix. And I remember seeing a clip, must have been after their last major loss or streak of losses. Ricky Ponting goes, well, we need to win 8 out of 8 almost, right? But it's almost like this team, the back's against the wall. They've gone, all right, we'll come out throwing punches and away we go. And we've just suddenly seen them start to go a little bit vertical with their performances. And they're peaking at the right time.
They are. That's good. It's a good one from Delhi. So, looking forward to their remainder 2 games as well. We had a lot of cool moments in the match today. There was a lot of heat as well. But there were some cool moments. So we'll look at the cool moments because we like looking at the positive and not the negative. We like looking at the glass half full, not half empty. This is our Carrier Room Air Conditioner's coolest moment of the match. We'll start with Pommie. Which one was yours? Come on.
Pick a moment, and I'm picking the celebration of Kuldeep Yadav at the leg before wicket that he gets.
Yes.
And everyone, bar none, they're going to refuse it because they're sitting here and they say, no, we said it was out. No, everyone, bar none, would have thought that pitched outside leg. And they went upstairs and you thought, oh, no, I can't get that. It's pitched outside leg. And they on the field, I think, thought that as well. It's dicey, probably pitched outside leg. When they saw it, man, that celebration was something to behold. So cool, exhale, like a roaring lion, and they were in. They knew they were in.
Nice. Our coolest moment has come from Kuldeep. Well done. For you, Lisa.
Well, can I go Shea Hope again?
Of course.
Yeah. I just think that catch.
There's always hope.
Yeah, thank you. Just the catch. Presence of mind where the boundary rope is, the balance. the little tippy-toe dancing, you know, maybe a little ballet when he was younger or something.
Ballet, Sheho.
Yeah.
Doing
I can
ballet.
definitely
That's the
see
side I'd pay good money for.
Yeah, ballet in Barbados.
Possible, right?
There's a
Yeah,
mus-
look, we're not discounting it.
there's
We
a
like it.
musical we are not going to be watching anytime soon. Ballet in Barbados. Up on your tippy toes.
Hey, look, something else is that he's had a rough day being run out like that.
Oh, yeah.
And then to contribute like that, eh?
That's cool.
That is very cool.
Cool. I like it.
Very
That's cool. We've got a few that have come in from social media as well. Let's see what you had to say. Bring them up on the screen, please. Where are they? Where are they? Come on, come on. Ashwin's 3-4 in a run fest and an economy of 6. A cherry on the cake. Listen, Piyush, it's an entire cake, man. Because Ashwin had only 2 wickets before this. So, in the whole tournament. So, he's picked up 3 today. He's bowled well.
Triple-decker cake.
Triple-decker cake. Well done. He would have liked. He would have liked the win.
Yep, would have loved the win.
He would have liked it more than the wickets, but he'll take the wickets. And Rajasthan will take him coming into form like that.
Cake on the cherry.
It's a cake on the cherry. That's a very nimble cake and a very strong cherry. All right, let's have a look at our next tweets. Come on, bring them in. I'm ready. Where are they? Jake Frazier's 19 ball 50, a future Australian. He's already an Australian. Unless you've seen his passport, I don't know, Austin. And Delhi superstar in the making, ready to take the mantle from David Warner. Well, he was. I agree with you. He was great today. We spoke about him at length in the mid-show. He was very good. One more, last one. After Austin Dicunia, we have Nakshatra, who says, "Oh, what a sweep that was from Stubbs against Chahal in the 18th over. That is my career coolest moment of the match." Stubbs was fantastic today. He has just been fantastic in this tournament. Some brilliant strokes. So yeah, there was a lot of cool stuff that happened today. But yeah, these are some of those cool moments. So yeah, that was our Carrier Room Air Conditioners coolest moment of the match. We'd like to hear yours as well. Okay, well, we were talking about Tristan Stubbs. I just want to show you one thing about Tristan Stubbs' impact that is happening. We've got the green cap,
yes.
which is the impact in the death overs. And he's doing fantastically. We have that ready. Do we have that? We can just pop that up on the screen. And you'll have a look at that and see that he is right up there. 202 runs in 80 balls at the back. He is way ahead of Klaasen, right? 230 to 252. That is way up. So, and if you've managed to beat Klaasen at the end overs, you've done well.
Yeah, again, raisins out of the rice.
Yeah.
If you think about Delhi Capitals and how their season has gone, continually, it's been a case of trying to resurrect it. He's been a shining light all the way through.
Yep.
You think of how he's batted through the tournament, and continually everyone's sort of looking elsewhere to say, this guy's got to play well in order for them to do well. But quietly, he's continued his work and he hasn't lost form through the season. He's batted really well, whether it's in the middle to sort of reset up what needs to be done, or it's at the back, sort of set it up and then smash it at the back. Even when he's had just a few deliveries, he comes in and makes an impact, as you speak about with the green cap.
Solid impact from Tristan Stubbs. So good news for Delhi. Okay, let's have a look at the game that's happening tomorrow. There is the big game. It's a big game. It's Hyderabad and Lucknow. Two very polite cities playing against each other in Hyderabad, where the weather is not being polite, apparently, Lisa.
No, I have seen Katie Martin, commentators. She's already there. She posted something that it is raining. So...
the game's not today, though.
No, it's not. Right. But, you know, a little bit of extra moisture in the air.
Oh, love it.
Might have an effect on the pitch
I'm just
in preparations.
I'm just adding to the drama, because when you look at the points table there,
yeah.
If points split tomorrow,
goodness,
that makes things very, very juicy. They will. It's not going to happen. I don't think we've got. I'm sure we've got.
If you're Delhi, you don't want that.
No, you don't.
If you're Delhi, you don't want that.
If you're anyone from Chennai down, you
Chennai
don't
doesn't
want that.
want it.
Yeah, no one wants it.
No one wants a 13.
Except for Kolkata
anyway,
and Rajasthan.
you don't want that.
And you know what's going to happen? Because if they manage to split points tomorrow, the thing is that they
like
just
one
may
win.
become 3 and 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the basis of
The extra point.
rained out games. So yeah, that's not. But I'll tell you what. Just give me a second. No, they'll blow over by tomorrow. We'll get a full game. Yeah, we'll get a full game, and both these teams.
It's that way.
No, but they start from here.
No.
The clouds start from here.
Oh,
They go
right.
there. They're stopping here. Where are you going that side? Where are you going to Sri Lanka? All right, great. I've seen it. It's no problem. Let's have a look at the teams and see what they'd like to do. Bring up any team first. I don't care. I'm being polite. Yeah. Lucknow people have said, Pehle aap to Hyderabad. So we look at Hyderabad first. Their batting unit, Lisa. Their batting unit, their bowling has overtaken their batting in the last few games. So their batting unit will be sitting today and going, all right, listen, man, as soon as this rain stops, we got to make it rain tomorrow on the field with sixes.
Yeah, it almost feels like this batting unit is just used to flat decks, nothing in it for the bowlers, and they can just stand and deliver, hit through the line. Starts at the top with Abhishek Sharma and Travis Head. So I wonder with the extra clouds, rain, might juice up the pitch a little bit. Oh. So it may do a little bit more than what they're hoping for. But I could imagine that Hyderabad is just saying, please, absolute highway for us. Thank you.
Yeah, make it dry. Pommie, I mean, the captain could be walking to the batters unit and saying, I can't be your best batter with the best strike rate. Come on, guys, do your job. Let's go.
Yeah, it's as if the batting unit has one gear.
Yeah.
You know, so if you look at the course of the season, you go...
It's overdrive or crash?
Yeah.
There you go.
Like, they overdrive to a crash, or they overdrive and drive nicely and away they go. You know, and it can't be. They've got to be able to sort of adjust and kind of temper themselves when it is required. I thought they did a decent job against Mumbai, actually, because it was a tricky surface and Mumbai bowled quite nicely. And even though they kept them to sort of 170 odd, that seemed a decent score on there. And whilst the bowling's the one that's sort of overtaken there, the bowling didn't bowl to their level. They gave away about 20 right at the start in a game that's nip and tuck. You don't want that. And then they got 3 wickets. And in getting the 3 wickets, you thought that, if these are 3 for 10 rather than 3 for 30, it's a different game. You know?
But then the sky fell upon them.
The sky did fall upon them. But does the sky fall upon them if it's 10 for 3? You know, does he play all those shots if it's 10 for 3? Is it as comfortable for him to go ahead and take that route with Tilak if that's what the score? So yeah, and small margins, as we say, right? They would like for their bowling unit to stand up again, but equally the batting unit has got to be able to temper if the conditions don't allow for crash, bang, wallop.
Yeah, they've been going basically go big or go home. So yeah, just you know.
Maybe Hyderabad's the Baz Ball of Test cricket. They only play
of 2020 cricket.
Yeah, they only play one way.
Baz Ball.
This is a nice jibe by an Australian. Nothing to do with the English here, and she finds a way to have a jibe at them. Oh wow!
I'm just saying. All right, guys,
Nothing-
you decide.
Yeah, nothing to do with the price of rice, but she just puts it in. Well done. We'll go with it.
Rice with raisins.
Rice with raisins.
Yeah.
I don't know what you've been eating. Why are there raisins?
Lots of rice.
Why is
with
there raisins in your rice? I'll tell you, if there's dry fruit in my biryani, I'm not eating it. And Lucknow and Hyderabad, both best biryanis, I think they will agree with that. All right, any changes you see in Hyderabad? Doubted Mayank Agarwal came in, but he batted decently, so...
Marco Jansen, maybe.
Yeah, he had a rough day, though. He had a rough day. We'll pull that squad up again and see what is the option that you
Who are
get
you picking? Come on.
Look,
Faruqi? We haven't seen Faruqi.
I think they want he's a good batter, Marco Jansen.
Yes,
I think
true, I get that.
They want both kind of strings to his bow.
Can Glenn Phillips get a game sometime?
No.
Please.
Spinner,
No?
off spinner, he's not going to get a go.
He bowls quick as well. He does everything.
He does it.
It does
Keep
everything.
picking.
I know it's a tough time for him actually. And this is the nature of IPL, you know. So no, I don't see them
You don't think
changing
Jansen?
the side.
Okay.
I think they want that bowling group, I think they like that bowling, and it looks a bowling group. And if it bowls to potential, I think you could keep a team down, and they could potentially win you the game.
And then there's Lucknow. Of course, they're playing tomorrow. And the thing with Lucknow is you look at them and you're just not sure. Are they playing well? Are they not playing well? Is it you just don't know? They tend to go below the radar, but I think their performances in the last few games also, Lisa, they've been just a little, I don't know, they've not been really spicy, right?
Yeah, I mean, 137 all out against KKR.
Yeah.
Not ideally when you're trying to chase 200 odd.
Yeah.
So
They gave up that chase pretty early, actually. That's why it just seemed
Yeah.
kind of bland that day, didn't it?
yeah, it's do or die for them. And I would imagine that Justin Langer, the support staff, will be getting around and kind of going, right, just almost treat this game as almost a knockout.
Yep.
It's a quarter final. You've got to start to look at this game now as a do or die for them. And he'll just hope that KL finds he's got 220 odds, Stoinis comes off again. So they need a few of their senior players to step up.
We look at that squad and see that, we still have no word on Quinton de Kock, so I don't know what's happening there. Ashton Turner he was batting well, and then he had one of the most unfortunate dismissals I've seen in a long time, where way outside the off stump, you hit it with your bat, it hits your toe, balloons right back to Varun Chakravarti. You never see that angle happening, much like how Sandeep Sharma got Shea Hope's run out today. Bizarre things happen, but otherwise, you think that looks good, or do you think they want to get Kyle Mayers in and say we want a little enforcing with our batting, so maybe get him in? What do you see?
You're always reluctant to just chop and change for the sake of it. So you change to bring the guy in, and then it doesn't go well. In the next game, you change again. So it doesn't really send a good message. I'd say maybe his toes hurt, Ashton Turner, and he might not be able to play. There might be an enforced change or whatever. But they're a team, as you watch, you sort of go, I don't know how they're going.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, you don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I watch them and I go, oh, Stoinis, he got 100. What? He just smashed it for 100. Next game, they can't get runs. And next game, they can't bowl whatever. So, yeah, they're a side that generally has done well. They're always there in the shake-up.
Yeah.
But you can't quite put your finger on it. Nicholas Pooran, wonderful player. Go back to the start of the season. He gets you runs. Quinton de Kock can get you. So they're very dangerous as a side, because on the day, their match winners are, guys in their national sides, when you think about it, they're the main guys. They can play. So you wouldn't take them lightly. And it wouldn't be a surprise if they turned over Sunrisers tomorrow.
Yeah, they've been kind of there and thereabouts, but so you don't know which of the two teams is going to check in. So, and I guess Hyderabad will be waiting for that to unveil as well tomorrow. All right, players to watch out for. Let's start with Hyderabad.
He's been quiet for some time. I think I'm going with Klaasen.
Klaasen, Lisa, you?
I'll go right at the top, Abhishek Sharma.
Abhishek Sharma, good call. And Lucknow?
Lucknow going with Pooran.
Okay.
Naveen Al-Haq, back up his performance from the other
Interesting. The guy you picked yesterday didn't get picked today, so... And the other guy you picked...
Fingers crossed for you. Sorry, Naveen, if you don't get picked.
And the other guy you picked was the player of the star. We don't know what's going on with you. You're a bit like Lucknow here.
50-50. hey, 50-50. That's all I'm saying. That's what I'm here for, and that's what I do.
Pretty good.
Right?
Which is exactly what you did in the guessing game today as well. Yeah, 50-50. One right, one wrong.
Yeah.
Lisa's having a good 50-50 kind of day. And you see why she's on the points table with that guessing game. And, there you go.
Still.
First division, though.
Yeah, but I'm still behind Harsha.
Yeah, but I think you'll get that.
Yeah.
All I'll say is I'm not into this guessing.
Yeah.
Shizen.
Yeah, you're guessing. What's this guessing?
It's too whimsical.
Whimsical is the exact word.
Exactly. It's
exact word. Whimsical.
See, I even guessed the correct word.
This is
Please. Stop it.
Stop it already. All right, let's have a look at the joy factor question and the answer and the winner's name, all in that order. This cricketer made his debut under Richie Richardson and played his last ODI 16 years later under John Davison. He also dismissed an Indian captain on that cricketer's debut. Identify him. Udis. Anderson Cummins. Look at it. There was Richardson. There was Davison. There had to be a son in there somewhere. It was Anderson. This is what Joy does. Anderson Cummins, no relation of Pat. Born on May 7th, dismissed Saurav Ganguly on his ODI debut in 1992. May 7th, which is today. So, happy birthday, Mr. Anderson.
Mr. Anderson.
Mr. Anderson.
Do you know who they say is looks just like... Who is it who says it all the time? It says it looks... What's the guy's name who says Mr. Anderson?
Hugo Weaving?
No, not his real name.
Oh.
His name in character.
Oh, what's his... Yeah.
And
What's his name?
Never mind.
I don't know Hugo Weaving's character's name in The Matrix.
Great story, guys. This is
Mr.
great.
Smith?
Mr. Smith, is it Smith?
Yeah. They're all Mr. Smith, aren't they?
Yeah, listen.
Hope you're staying awake, everyone, for this.
Tristan
keep
Stubbs.
Tristan Stubbs looks like...
Yeah, really look it up. Look it up, everybody. Look it up. Look it up. Look it up. Look it up.
Tristan Stubbs sing.
You're going to love it. You're going to love it.
Tristan Stubbs is batting like the chosen one, though. So, yeah, you never know. All right, well, that's it. Is that it?
That's it.
Oh, the winner. Sorry. Oh, we got so busy in our conversation. It's Mr. Harjas. Congratulations. You are the chosen one today. Well done. Well done. All right, time for us to go. We'll see you tomorrow at 7 o'clock right here on Cricbuzz Live. It's Lucknow and Hyderabad playing. Big thank you to Pommie Mbangwa and Lisa Sthalekar. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I'm Gaurav Kapur. You were watching Cricbuzz Live. Thank you so much for watching. Have yourselves a good night. Bye-bye.
Jaipur via Kota.
कृपया ध्यान आपो अहमदाबाद
दिल्ली में आपका स्वागत
ನಿಲ್ದಾಣದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೊರಟಿರುವವರೇ
Hyderabad को 50 एक्सप्रेस পরবর্তী স্টেশন নেতাজি ভবন। कृपया ध्यान दियो